To know the self is to know the absolute reality with the self-luminous knowledge that is the reality itself. Without self-knowledge, what it is regarded as real, as if it were existing, is nothing other than the pale reflection of the definitions ascribed to oneself. So if there is the idea, such and such is, it is. Of the is, you can be certain. Of the such and such or it is merely an idea. This aspect of one's experience always corresponding to the identity assumed for the I, oneself. To know oneself is to know the real existence as it is. It is to know Brahman. In the knowledge of Brahman, Brahman knows Brahman. The reality knows the reality. Quite evidently, the unreal cannot do so. So the Maharshi's advice, so graciously and compassionately bestowed, in light of the singular undivided nature of reality, is to know oneself. If the one who appears not to know the supreme reality inquires into his own nature, his ignorance vanishes, and likewise the one who is ignorant vanishes, for they are unreal. And the reality of the nature of Satchidananda, being consciousness bliss, alone remains, without the least trace of differentiation. So then, inquire deeply within yourself, who am I? There is no sense in starting such an inquiry with the unquestioned assumption that you are an individual apart from the supreme reality of Brahman, or the real self. For there are not two selves. Everyone's existence feels absolutely singular. There may be a multiplicity of perceptions or conceptions, but your existence is undivided, absolutely one. So then, who am I? If the one who considers himself distinct from the self, regarded as oneself, inquires, attempting to discern what in truth he is, what then is found? One's existence, or innermost consciousness, is undoubtedly not a body. The one who knows of the body is not a body, and is not known by the body. Who is that one? You may regard yourself as enmeshed within the senses, or a peaceful witness of them. But regardless of that, who is it that knows the senses, but which can never be perceived by the senses? Who is this one? Not something sensed, not something sensing, but rather ever existing, always knowing. Who is this? Who is it that knows the prana or animating life energy? Whoever this is, this one is already beyond the distinctions of life and death. Who is it that knows your mind? The mind does not know itself. Who knows? The thoughts constituting the mind have no knowing capacity of their own. Who knows? The nature of the existence of this self is neither perceived nor conceived. The reality cannot be sensed, though it alone exists everywhere, at all times. Though it is the only consciousness, it cannot be thought of. The idea of individuality is also but a bare assumption, and not the existence itself. Are there two selves? One that can be ignorant of the other? If there is only one self, then it is self-known, non-objectively self-known. Regarding one who listens, reflects, and deeply meditates on what is being suggested here, what is the nature, the existence of this one? Keep turning your vision in a non-objective manner, in upon the seer or knower. The known is multiple, the knower undivided. The known is unreal, non-existent. The knower is real, of the nature of undifferentiated consciousness. Multiplicity of beings is an idea superimposed upon the self. Real being just is as it is, forever, unborn, uncreated. When you find there is no other way for you to be, that there is no other self, and nothing else existing whatsoever, that is, there is no alternative to the reality, such is non-duality. Such is true knowledge. If you want to realize this knowledge conclusively, inquire as to who wants, who wishes to know. Though the reality of Brahman admits of no divisions, it is one without a second, forever. Because of pure grace, the Maharshi has made known a path of self-knowledge upon which the one who travels such path dissolves into the original reality. For this, we ought to be very thankful. But what could be a better expression of thanks than putting into practice what he revealed, what he taught?